All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's good to see you again. I... Really? I get... Oh god, my YouTube is muted. Stop talking. Okay, there we go. God, we're texting again live on stream. I'm sorry, y'all. Also, I brought a beverage. Figured this was fitting. All right. Just 1 second. It's like I've been doing nothing but looking at Lolita sites online for the last 2 hours. Listen, there's like... I know, it's heresy, but this is what comes with the software. This is what you get for free. This is the dollar store brand of Dr. P. It was all I could find. Alright, I'm just not gonna worry about text messages anymore. If people want to contact me, I can return the favor at midnight. What am I saying? So, alright, this is messy already. Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing good. My day has been pretty normal, working on some apprenticeship work, as I have been doing for the last little bit. Hi Connor, welcome to the stream. And then also, I decided, oh, I'm just gonna spend, like, 2 hours of my life looking through, online shops to, basically rebuild my wardrobe, which is a very expensive prospect. It's not something that's gonna happen all at once, but, like, I need new blouses. You'll notice that I'm always wearing a one-piece dress, that's why I have no good blouses. Fuck. Alright. Let's just jump right into it. Where is Steins Gate in my Steam library? So yeah, so last time, we discovered a whole bunch of stuff. A bunch of stuff got revealed, like, all at once. Suzuha is John Titor. She came from a bad future. I was right about both of those. Oh, my computer's a little too loud. Let me turn that down. I don't want any echoing through my mic. So yeah, so it's like, also, turns out watching your best friend die over and over again can be pretty fucking traumatic. So Okabe now has depression. And we're fixing Suzuha's time machine so this way we can stop Mayuri from dying, fix the depression, and fix the bad future. Because if we can do that, then, we're golden. But, I mean, I don't know if we're on a path that'll lead to that ending. Imagine! Can't believe that watching something traumatic can cause you to have trauma! Oh, right, also, so we're trying to find Suzuha's dad as well. Because Suzuha's dad probably also knows stuff about the time machine, even though it's like, or at least would understand how it works. So we're looking for him, and the only clue we have is this pin. So, that's where we are right now. Daru is working on fixing the time machine. We have 1 day left to fix it before shit hits the fan. So, I'm really hoping it gets fixed. I don't know if I can count on it, though. Unfortunately. Alright. Afterwards, I hit the streets again in search of the pin. But the day ended without a single lead, so I reluctantly returned to the lab and tried searching the internet. Come on, depressed people. It's just that easy to get over. It's simply build a time machine and erase the trauma. I mean, what sucks is that, like, building a time machine, going back in time and stopping the traumatic thing from happening will not stop the trauma, because Okabe remembers shit that happens in other timelines. So he's gonna have those memories forever. It's just, you know, with Mayuri around, that's gonna help a lot more than her being dead. Because last time he admitted that he thinks that Mayuri's death in, like, the other timelines was his fault. So it's like, you know, if she doesn't die, that's a little better. The time machine did give Rintaro the trauma, but it's also the only way to sort of stop it from happening. We do need to unbuild the time machine, but it's not like he's ever gonna forget, like, what happened. Anyways. But the day ended without a single lead, so I reluctantly returned to the lab and tried searching the internet. A couple of hours later, and still no luck. So far, I've accomplished absolutely nothing. My frustration is mounting. I can time loop again. Will that really help us find Suzuha's father? I don't like that! Isn't that like a similar number that sent us that fucking threatening message? An unfamiliar number. Who is it?
Hi, Mr. Okabe Rintaro!
Oh, it's you! The voice is heavily accented. I can barely make it out. Who is this guy? It's the vendor that we met on the street earlier! I jump to my feet and scan the room, then run to the window and check the road below. No suspicious figures in sight. Kurisu comes out of the development room and gives me a questioning look, but I waver back inside. I gulp and carefully choose my words.
おたくはもうアフタヌーンうちのファクトリーに問い合わせに来てテレフォンナンバーを教えていったですよ。
お前は何を言っているんだ?
No, wait. I've heard this broken Japanese before. Strange Japanese filters through my brain, connecting synapses. That's right, it's that foreign street vendor I met this afternoon in Akiba.
特定した. Nice to meet you.
Alright, that's a little more coherent English.
どういたしまして。私自主制作してます。Yesterday night ゲストがカムヒアの思い出し。そのゲストがメイクプリンピンバッジがユウが持ってきたやつとセームだったのよ。
I don't quite get what he's saying, but he seems really excited about it. I think what he's saying is that like a guest came in and was like, hey, make me this pin or something. Right? Or either that or he already had, like, one.
今すぐそっちに行く.
I go to the same spot as before. Though his stand has already closed, the Westerner is waiting for me.
Oh, Okabe! Hello!
そのゲストとやらはどこ行った?
クライアントカムヒアなのは yesterday なことよろしい。
Blue-eyed white man shrugs his shoulders. So it was yesterday. He contacted me because he remembered.
そいつの連絡先は住所氏名は?
ドクです。ゲストはシミュレーションだけ。プライベートインフォメーションは nothing.
So last night someone came by wanting to make metal pins with the same design as Suzuha's. He died of poisoning? Or if the guess was just a simulation, so there's no private information? I'm not following.
ジャパニーズやっとプライベートインフォメーションの重要さについてスタートらしい。過敏神経になったよね。
Sir, you're talking like Google Translate. That doesn't help.
If ゲストがネームはテレフォンナンバー残っていったかよ。ノリーク、それがビジネス。
Fatigue suddenly weighs down my shoulders. I don't understand a word he's saying anymore. My head is full of question marks. In hindsight, I should have brought Kurisu to speak English for me. Guess I'll just have to wing it.
そいつはどういうやつだった? 男か女か?
Well, so young or so middle. Japanese は顔ヤングね。ルックだけじゃ no understand.
特徴は?
特徴? やはり柔道 or pro wrestler?
So you're saying they're buff as shit, is what you're saying. Mr. Braun?
なんだ? 柔道? プ ロレスラー。それがどうしたんだ？
Yes!
That wasn't a yes no question. What the hell do you mean? See, this is why, you know, as much as it's like, oh yeah, I'd love to go to La Forêt, I'd love to like go to an Atelier Pierrot store in person, I'd love to see like an angelic pretty store in person. I'm never going to Japan because I would be this guy. I would be this guy. No one would be able to tell what the fuck I was saying.
Ah, balloon! Balloon だよ!
バルーン、柔道、プロレス。
What if another bot with a Russian username? This is a 7-letter link with spaces comes in. God. That's why I have YouTube open. I'm gonna kill them on sight.
Good!
No, not good! Are you trying to confuse me? I want to ask more questions, but the foreigner suddenly sees a policeman walking by and runs off. Consider chasing him, but decide against it to avoid police attention. I give up. The search has hit a dead end, and we have barely any time left to find Beryl Titer. I can time limit again starting at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Looks like all I can do is wait until Christina is done working, then leap to the time the suspicious character appears at the stand. Kurisu carefully connects the 2 cords she's holding.
完成。
The time leap machine is complete. It's 2:30 p.m. on the 13th, about 20 minutes later than before. Kurisu walks into the lounge with a satisfied look on her face. It's just her, me, and Suzuha in the lab. I had Daru and Mayuri head to Radicon, ostensibly to work on the time machine.
タイムリープマシーンか。
Suzuha gazes at the now complete machine in awe. I've already explained to her how time leaping works. It's as different as can be from Suzuha's time machine, which can physically displace actual bodies.
未来の記憶を思い出させるっていうのは面白いよね。
Suzuha crosses her hands behind her head and looks up at the ceiling.
空想とか、もしかしてっていう推測とか、あと直感、デジャブ。そういうのってさ、実際には未来の記憶を思い出してるのかもしれないかもってちょっと思っちゃった。2036年時点だと記憶は世界戦艦の自分との情報伝達手段かもしれないって説もセルンの研究者から出てるんだ。それと似たようなものなのかも。
Interesting.
岡部の力、リーディングシュタイナーがどういう仕組みなのか分かればいいんだけど、岡部だけの特殊能力なのか、それとも全人類がその資質を持ってるけど岡部だけがたまたまより強い能力を持っていただけなのか。
一つ確かなことがある。意識は記憶とともに過去へ飛んだ。
それがなぜなのかいまいち納得いかない。 D メールの時に岡部が体験したような状況と同じになってもいいはずなのに、記憶に意識は依存してるのかな。
意識って形として存在してるわけじゃないのが厄介だよね。魂も同じ。結局は宗教観に行き着く。2036年でもさ、魂の存在は証明されてないし、意識を形として証明した人はいないんだ。
そう、ちょっとがっかり。
意識が過去へ飛んだことで D メールに比べてより具体的に過去改変ができるようになったが、同時に収束する結果も存在した。
I can change the method of Mayuri's death, but never the fact that she dies.
違うよ。未来は確定してる。
ならば過程が変化したのはなぜだ。
世界線が変動してたから。岡部倫太郎が過去へ飛んで本来とは別の行動をとったことでダイバージェンスがわずかだけど上下したはずだよ。でもその変動は ダイバージェンスメーターで言うと 0.00001% 程度の誤差でしかないわけ。
I mean, it's resulted in a lot more than that, at least from my
ちょっと
perspective.
したことの場合、全く誤差が発生しない場合だってある。原因が変化することでさ、結果がすでに同時に存在している別の世界線へと変わっただけなの。しかもその2つの世界線は近似値だから変化なんてほとんど感じられないはず。
So is that why reading Steiner didn't react?
変わる前の世界線は消滅したわけじゃなくてさ、可能性世界線として同時に存在し続けるんだよ。
その辺は多世界解釈なのね。
いずれにしてもパラレルワールドじゃない。
未来は再構成されていると。
そういうことになるのかな。
I'm confused again. Maybe it's impossible for me to fully understand the structure of the universe. Anyway, that's enough discussion. It's time for me to leap again. I explain the situation to Kurisu and have her activate the time leap machine immediately. Alright. It's the night of the 11th. I went back about 40 hours. My objective is to keep watch on the street vendor stand in the hope that Suzuha's father might appear. I sent Suzuha elsewhere. I don't want her to be disappointed if I come up empty-handed. I'm standing out of sight a short distance away from the stand, munching on energy bars and soy milk to appease my growling stomach. I've already been here for 2 hours. I forgot to ask for the exact time the suspicious character appeared, so I had to begin my stakeout before sunset. Now it's 8 p.m. and the stand looks like it's about to close. Is this another waste of time? Did that foreigner give me false information? Just as I'm finishing my milk, someone approaches the stand.
あれは
I jump out of cover.
誰
What?
ゲゲ、オカリン
Daughter jumps in surprise, but I'm the one who's really shocked here.
お前ここで何をしている
その言葉、そっくり返すぜ。
Storekeeper is looking at us funny, so we decide to change locations. What the fuck?
それで誰よあの露店に何を頼もうとしていたまさかタイターのピンバッジと同じものを偽造しようとしていたわけじゃないよな
そのまさかであります
So that's what happened. Daughter was the suspicious character the foreigner told me about. So all that stuff about judo, pro wrestling, and balloons was referring to Daru's size? See, when he said judo and pro wrestling, I was thinking, especially pro wrestling, I was thinking like buff. I was expecting to see Mr. Braun.
紛らわしいやつめ
Damn, it was all for nothing. Unless Daru is Suzuha's dad in the future. God. It's looking more likely and I still just can't believe it. Good thing I didn't bring Suzuha along.
なぜ偽造などしようと
いや、偽造ってわけじゃなくね
似たようなものだろうな
つまりさ、転ばぬ先の杖ってやつもしも天音氏の親父さんが見つかんなかったらかわいそうじゃんだからその時は僕が作ったバッジを見せて親父さんはいたんだって嘘だな
ぬか喜びさせるということか
If he is,
そういう
I
言い
will
方しなくても
scream.
よくね世の中には2種類の嘘があってダメな嘘と優しい嘘があるんだぞ
それは何のエロゲーから得た知識だ
クラドナドナというエロゲーではなくいわば人生と呼べるノベルゲーからですってやかましいわ ダメかな。架空のタイターを作り上げる作戦。
そんなことをして鈴葉が喜ぶとでも思っているのか。
Daughter's expression suddenly turns
これ
sad.
アマネ氏からは誰にも言うなって言われてるんだけど、オカリンには話しとくよ。
Oh? He's got a big mouth as usual. Still, he seems dead serious, so I better hear him out.
タイムマシンを調べていてアマネ氏から聞いたんだけど、
That was a clan ad reference.
あのマシンは過去にしか飛べないらしいんだ。
Oh!
何？
At first, I don't understand what he means.
バカな。俺が知っているタイターのタイムマシンは未来方向にも飛べた。
実際に見たん？
見たわけじゃないが。
そもそもオカリンの言ってるタイターって2000年に現れたやつでしょ。僕はそんなタイター見たことも聞いたこともないけどな。
So yeah, because the times that John Titor leaped to are gonna be like they're progressing backwards essentially. So because like the 2000 and then there was mentions of 1991 and now Suzuha is trying to go back to 1975 so that way we can get an IBM 5100. They're all just like going further back in time. That's right. The Titor I know and Suzuha aren't necessarily the same person. Although their time machines are similar, there are significant differences. For example, one looks like a Chevy and the other looks like a satellite. I mean, but didn't Suzuha say that the whole Chevy thing was like a lie? Like, didn't she flat out say, like, yeah, I put that in there because if part of my story is bullshit, CERN will be like, oh, well, this is just, you know, someone who got... someone just trolling. I might be misremembering.
じゃあ本当に
行ったら戻ってこられない。
それは例えば1975年に飛んだらどうなる？今の2010年には戻ってこられないのか？
Some lies and the truth. Yeah, exactly. It's a good way to do it because it keeps your story to sound like realistic. I discovered your channel when I searched. I am a mad scientist. It's so cool. I'm so fucking happy. Welcome to the stream. I'm so glad that that's how you find my channel. I know this is a serious scene, but it's like, that's too good. Alright. But yeah, that sucks. She has to kind of take the long way back. Incredibly random.
戻ってくるには1975年から35年間をリアルタイムで生きないと。
Exactly. Is he serious?
ということは鈴葉はタイムマシンに乗って2036年に戻ることもできない。
だからさっきからそう言ってるじゃんか。
それはタイムマシンとしては欠陥品だろ。
そう、あのタイムマシンは未完成だって言ってた。
Oof. Incomplete. Incomplete?
セルンの技術をパクってアマネ氏の親父さんがこっそり独自に作ったものらしいんだけど、親父さんがセルンに殺されたせいで未完成のままなんだって。それでも過去には飛べるからちっとも問題ないってアマネ氏は笑ってたけどさ。
それは確かな話なんだな。
本人がそう言ったし、アマネ氏が嘘をついてない限りはマジだと思うよ。
Damn.
つうわけで今この時代にタイムマシンの修理が終わるまでに親父さんと会っておかないと
Then she's
もう二
screwed.
度と会う機会はないかもしんないじゃん。
So that's why he was trying to make a copy of that pin. as evidence that Suzuha's father was
だ
here.
がやはり偽造は良くない。嘘は嘘だ。
バレなければ
I waved Daru's silence and massaged my temples. Need to think. What difference does it make? True, Suzuha might be sad about missing her father, but that's none of my business. My top priority is Mayuri's safety. That's right. I mustn't let my emotions control me. I need to be more rational, more logical. There's a Japanese proverb. He who pursues two hares will catch neither. However, that sad smile on Suzuha's face. Sorry for getting myself in, and thank you. This will be my first time looking at any of the VNs. Oh, awesome! I hope you enjoy it. We're pretty far in, to be honest. But I mean, if you've like seen the anime before, I'm sure that this won't come as like spoilers or anything. Although I've never seen the anime myself. This is my first time experiencing like the whole Steins Gate story. So I don't know how different this is gonna be, how much of spoilers this is gonna be, but either way, I hope you enjoy yourself. Also, oh my god, Okabe being rational, what game is this? We haven't had to use Punchachuni in like 3 streams. Daru looks buff, not gonna lie. You know, that makes that makes my confusion with the foreigner like feel a little better, because I got too like focused on the pro wrestling thing that he said, and I was like, oh, this gotta be Mr. Braun, right? And then Daru shows up and I was like, what the fuck? VN better than anime, but they're both perfect in my opinion. Fair enough, fair enough. I was gonna say, oh, that's like Danganronpa, up until you said they're both perfect. We call that character growth. Proud of the Chuny. Alright. That sad smile on Suzuha's face. Now I understand what it meant. I feel something tighten deep within my chest. Damn. The next day, as night falls, I summon all lab mems except Kurisu to Radicon. It's boiling hot on the rooftop, even in the evening. When I provide Daru with the refreshing gift of cola, his sweaty face lights up. You got it right this time!
オカリンここでキンキンに冷えたカロリーゼロのコーラの差し入れとか気が利きすぎだろう
Daru happily takes the cola and chugs it straight from the bottle. Afterwards, Daru and Suzuha start discussing the time machine. Mayuri and I watch from a short distance away.
ねえねえオカリン、あの人工衛星がタイムマシンだったなんてびっくりしたね。
ああ、そうな。
ビルに突き刺さっちゃってるけど、
Deja vu.
すずさんが無事でよかった
I
ね。
feel like I've seen this before. That search was totally fake. Ah, might as well have been.
あれって操作がとっても難しいんだって。重力うんたらかんたら装置の座標がちょっとでもずれるとね、タイムマシンごとゼリーマンになっちゃってプルンプルンかなんだそうです。
As I said last time, no fucking good.
しかもね、あのタイムマシンってセルン製じゃないからあんまり安定してないって。1975年に行く時が心配だな。二人乗りだったらね、一緒に行ってあげられたのにね。
No, 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 no.
お前が一緒に行ってどうするのだ。
Alright. Okabe remembers what he said the last time.
決まってるよ。すずさんの手をギューって握ってね。大丈夫。マユシーが一緒だから大丈夫だよって応援してあげるの。ねえねえオカリン、あのタイムマシンって名前はついてるのかな。
気になるならタイターに直接聞けばいい。
そうだね。マユシーうっかりしてたよ。
Mayuri giggles, then runs off to talk to Suzuha. She returns only a few seconds later.
名前あった FG204 なんとかなんとかだってっていうかねダルくんとすずさんって結構お似合いだと思わない？
We're doing this again. Zero escape flashbacks! Zero escape flashbacks!
ダルはそもそもフェイリス萌えだ。
あ、そっか
I mean, yeah.
そうなのかな
She tilts her head to the side.
ねえねえマユシンもタイムマシンもっとよく見てきていいか
I nod, and Mayuri runs over to the time machine again. Behind her, the sun glows dark and orange on the horizon. As Mayuri leaves, Suzuha comes over to stand beside me. Our shadows are long and murky in the fading light.
な芦田至ってすごいね。タイムマシンさ突貫工事とはいえうまくすると明日には直せるかもって。見た目は不節制そうで冴えない感じなのにね。
Again, don't say that. A refreshing breeze blows by. It was quite hot a few minutes ago, but the temperature's finally starting to drop. Ah, thank God.
さ
This is why summer's the worst. You spend most of it just sweating your ass off. I think I've gone on this tangent before. I think I should cut myself off before I talk about fucking summer weather for 15 minutes.
今言わないと機会を永遠に逃しちゃいそうだから言うけど。
Except you did in another timeline.
聞いてる？
After a moment's hesitation, I give a little nod.
私さ君たちには
I have. Alright, then we won't I won't repeat myself.
初めてこの時代に来た時私の知ってる人は誰もいなくて
I feel like I bitch about the heat a
ば
lot.
っかりだった私の時代とは
I've probably gone on that tangent a few times, so that's probably why you remember it.
この時代の方がすごく平和なのにさなんだか私にとってはすごく怖かったでもさ今こうして自分の全てをさらせる友達仲間ができた私が生まれる前に生きていた人たちと出会えて私のためなんかにみんな頑張ってくれてるそれってとっても奇妙でだけどとっても嬉しいんだよね
We do love our tangent, but it's like, I don't want to retread old ground. Remind me of this whenever I'm playing Stardew Valley at some point, and inevitably go off on the same tangent that I have before. I've heard these words before. Just like last time, her tone is wistful.
あのマシンは過去にしか飛べないらしいんだ。
The truth I heard from daughter plays in my head in an endless refrain.
この時代に来ることができて君たちと同じ時間を過ごせてっていうか君
I
たち
think I cut her off.
みんな
Oops.
揃いも揃って我が強くて癖があって
I feel like I'm just like kind of speeding through this because I'm like,
最初は
I've already seen
なん
this.
だこいつらなんて思ってたけどさ
I understand why they're showing us this again though, because it's like, now that we know that she can't come back afterwards, this has different meaning.
いつの間にか君たちといる時間が楽しくなってたよ2036年はさとっても平和で喧嘩すら起きないんだ知ってた
I shake my head.
とにかくさ喧嘩すら起きないおよそ争いって名の付くものはミクロなものからマクロなものまで全部消えちゃった
It definitely does, but at the same time, it's like, I remember what was said the last time. It already had impact. That's not a criticism to the VN, by any means. That's just a me thing. I'm just impatient. I'm like, yo, let's see what happens. I want to see what happens next.
その代わり な死んだ魚みたいな目をしてた。誰も覇気がなくて、
Rintaro's dialogue is different
ズ
too.
リズリってすり足で。笑いはするけど、怒ったり悲しんだりはしなくて、個性なんて誰も持ってなかった。みんなロボットみたいだった。この前君が私にすごく怒ったでしょ。あの時すごくびっくりして、すごくショックだったんだけど、同時にすごく嬉しくなったんだよ。
Suzuha looks at the time machine. Daru and Mayuri are standing next to it, talking cheerfully about something or other.
君のラボに出入りしてるみんなは生き生きしてて、すごく眩しい。椎名真由里も橋田至も牧瀬クリスも、それに君も。私もみんなみたいになりたいって思ったよ。こうして頑張れてるのも君たちと会えたおかげ。ほんのちょっとでもラボ面の一員になれてよかった。
Aw. She smiles then, a soft, sad smile that tears at my heart. This time I know what that smile means.
ほんのちょっとの間でも君たちと一緒にいられてよかった。
Suzuha obviously knew from the beginning that if she traveled to 1975, she could never return.
岡部倫太郎、きっと未来を変えてね。今みたいな自由な世界に変えて。
First time I heard her speak these words, I thought she was sentimental because she couldn't return to her original 2036. Suzuha is cute! Her whole story is really sad, though. I was wrong. Forget about 2036. She can't even return here to 2010. Not without living 35 years. She'll be 54 when 2010 comes around. The present us and the present Suzuha can never meet again. Suzuha chose this mission. To change the future. To save Mayuri. Unless Suzuha travels to 1975, Mayuri will die. But then what about Suzuha? Wait a minute! Yo, I just connected a few dots! Wait, no. Wait, no. Wait, no, I didn't. Never mind, I didn't connect shit. Because I was thinking, like, okay, when we got the IBN 5100 in the original timeline, it came from Luca's dad's shrine. It was donated there by Ferris. Although, then again, we don't know who Ferris's mom is, either. That'd be fucked up if Suzuha was Ferris's mom, though, so I don't know if I want to consider that. I'm just throwing theories at the wall and seeing what sticks at this point. But basically, like, my thought process at the time was, yo, what if Suzuha's the one that donated it to the shrine? Like, what if Suzuha's the one that donated the IBN 5100 to the shrine? But then I remembered, no, it was Ferris and Ferris's family, so I don't know how that works. Anyways. When she leaves for 1975, she'll have to sacrifice everything she has here. How does she feel about that?
思い出を作ったことを後悔しているか。
どういうこと？
どうせ1975年へ行くのならば、この2010年において俺たちと仲良くならなければよかった。
I mean, it's like that old saying.
思ったこと
Better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. At least she did have some good times here. Even if they gotta go away, I mean, it still happened.
そうすればお前が捨てるべき生きてきた痕跡は一つで済んだ。
Almost big brain, but not quite.
お前は事実上2回自分の存在を殺すことになる。
もしかして橋大たるから聞いた？
Oof. Yeah, we just let that slip, huh? Suzuha frowns.
あいつもお前のことを心配している。
たく、誰にも言うなって念を押しといたのに。
どうなんだお前は1975年へ行くことについてどう思っている？
どうもこうもないよ。
Suzuha's expression suddenly hardens.
私は行かなきゃいけないんだ。それが私が選んだ道だし、父さんの意志でもある。
もし俺や誰が止めたら？
無視する。アットチャンネルでも言われた。私だけの考えで何億人にも影響を与えるような過去改変を行うとは何様だってね。でもさ、あんな未来にはなってほしくないから。私は君たちみたいに自由で笑い合って、時には喧嘩もして、争いがあって悲しい時もある。そんな人生を私が生まれた時代の人たちに送ってもらいたいし、未来を変えればきっと父さんも椎名真由里も君もセルンに殺されることなくなるだろうから。エゴかもしれないけど私は行く。
Fair enough.
そのためならお前自身はどうなってもいいと？
何言ってんの？ 70年代だって悪くないよ。そこでまた君たちみたいな愉快な友達を作って自由に生きていくよ。
At least she's looking at the positives. Just like that, Suzuha is back to her usual self. Despite her tearful smile, I am certain that her resolve was forged from fear and doubt, the likes of which few can imagine. I was a fool to think that my words could sway her. Damn. Beneath the clear blue sky, the time machine comes to life. Daughter's repairs are complete. Mayuri and I helped drain the last of the water out from the cockpit. The machine's still stuck in Radikon's wall, but that's a small matter. Daru gazes at the time machine with a satisfied expression. Mayuri is jumping for joy, and Kurisu, who ran over as soon as she completed the time leap machine, is visibly relieved. Meanwhile, Suzuha is struggling to attach her mountain bike to the time machine's exterior. She likes it so much she wants to bring it with her to 1975. You know what? You might as well. It's a good way to get around. Biking's fun. Kurisu was worried that it might cause a time paradox. I mean, hopefully not. My heart is still heavy. Should I let Suzuha leave like this? I chide myself for the thought. It's not my choice to make. Suzuha isn't from this time. If she doesn't want to stay, then I have no reason to keep her from leaving. Suzuha finishes securing her bicycle and turns to us with a soft smile. It's not the painful, forced smile I saw yesterday. We don't perform a startup test. Activating the time machine would draw too much attention. So we're just gonna wing it. Fortunately, we have the time leap machine for insurance. My only regret is that we couldn't find her father.
みんな本当にサンキューね。なんてお礼を言っていいやら。マユシーたちのこと。
It feels like this is approaching an ending. But I don't know if that's the case.
俺なら僕とチュッチュしてください。
No, 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 no! If my theories are true, that'd be gross! No!
変態は自重しろ。
The lab mems pat Suzuha on the shoulder and offer words of encouragement, each in his or her own way.
そうだ、これ。
Suzuha offers me her father's pin. Hey. Wait, why? Because my theory, I've been waffling like back and forth because, okay, Suzuha's dad has to be someone in like the main character group, let's face it. Like, they would not have... Are you about to sing Sweet Home Alabama? Awesome. Cause my theory is fucking out of the main cast, Daru does seem likely to be Suzuha's dad. The only one who comes close is Okabe. Which would make for, either one would be a cool twist. And now that she's giving us her father's pin, I'm like, well, maybe it's Okabe instead. OSHM **** A 7010. In the end, we couldn't decipher the inscription.
岡部倫太郎、これあげるよ。あのラボの片隅にでもいいからさ、置いといて。
Is she regretting her decision to leave? Is this pin meant to be proof that Amane Suzuha was here with us in this time?
ピンバッジのことだけどさ。
Daru, did you make a fake? Daru hesitates for a moment and then steps forward.
それと同じ図柄でラボ面みんなの分を作ったらどうかな。ラボ面の証つうか。
Oh, that's actually pretty
すっ
sweet.
ごくいいかもだよ。
珍しく気が利くじゃない。
なんかそういう使い方してもらえると私としては照れちゃうな。
つうわけなんで画像はもう撮ったし、そのバッジは天音氏が持ってってよ。親父さんの大切な形見っしょ。
うん、そうする。
Aww. This is a really cute moment! I stay silent. There's nothing I can say. I could stop Suzuha from leaving if I tried. But unless she goes, I can't save Mayuri.
はいはい、パンパカパーン。ここでマユシーから重大な発表があります。
Oh? Mayuri suddenly raises her hands and calls for attention. As usual, she completely fails to sense the gravity of the situation, though I suppose it's our fault for not telling her the truth about Suzuha's time machine. In any case, she has my attention. What could her announcement be? Could Mayuri have found out that she's fated to die? I quickly glance at Kurisu, but she seems to be just as confused as I am. Then what is it?
マユシーはですね、すずさんのお父さん見つけました。
What?
は？
マジ？
Who is it then? Gross. Mayuri puffs out her chest proudly.
会いたいよね。というわけで、今日はお父さんに来ていただいてます。
What do you mean?
どこ？
Everyone, including me, starts looking around. Mayuri has us hook, line, and sinker. I scan the empty event hall, but there's no one else there. Where could he be?
それでは発表します。すずさんのお父さんは。
Please just tell us, Mayuri!
うお、セルフドラムロール？
She has us quivering in antissa.
じゃがじゃん。すずさんのお父さんは
Mayuri flashes Suzuha a grin.
ダルくんです。
Patient! She thrusts her finger at Daru. I fucking called it! I'm the smartest bitch on planet Earth! Take a sip of water. It's funny funny how I used to be, like, getting drowned. I mean, it was mostly chat referencing Germa constantly, but I need to find the Steins Gate drinking game rule. It's probably way back. Way back. Way back! Oh, god damn. Where is it? There it is. Take a sip of water when Germa's referenced, when I yell, I'm so fucking smart, when I reference other YouTubers, or I say a dead meme. Okay, those are the rules. Also, I added one for, whenever he says Steins Gate. I'm glad it's funny. Our mouths drop. After awkward silence comes awkward laughter.
そのロジックはジョークになってないでしょう。そもそもこの変態が結婚なんてできるわけないし。
その言い草ひどくね?
You hurt his feelings!
いや、クリスティーナの言い草に全面的に同意する。ダルは30歳を超えて魔法使いにクラスチェンジするのが確定だ。
I mean, listen, becoming a wizard, that's cool as hell. But I think they're talking about like hacking wizard and not an actual wizard. Man, imagine if that was how the world worked. Imagine if you turned 30 and you weren't married yet. You just got magic powers.
お前ら少しは自重しろ。でも事実だから反論できない。
Oof. Daughter falls to his hands and knees, devastated. As for Suzuha herself, she clearly doesn't know how to react.
そもそも私の父さんこんなに太ってなかったよ。
Oof, oof, just gonna kick a man when he's down.
もうみんなダル君に冷たいよ。
It is extremely funny though.
僕をかばってくれるのはマユシだけだよ。なんという天使。さては僕に惚れてるな。
He's back on his hands and knees. Harsh.
あのね、マユシーの推理だとダル君は絶対にスズさんのお父さんなの。
Jesus Christ, it's fucking windy out there. I thought there was a jet passing overhead. No, it's just the wind. Good God. Daru do be looking buffer in the VN, though, not gonna lie. Like I said, I haven't seen the anime. I'm gonna have to watch it after this to sort of like compare the differences between the two. I do like that I'm doing the reverse with this that I did with Danganronpa, where I watched the anime first and then played the VNs. I feel like any time that there's a VN that has an anime based off of it, you should play the VN first. It's like reading the book before watching the movie. Like, adaptations are gonna cut stuff out, so might as well get, like, the full experience first, and then get the anime as, like, a fun little, like, bonus.
じゃあ聞かせてよ。どう証明したのか。
ピンバッジに書いてある文字のことをね、ずっと考えてたんだ。でね、じーって見てたら7010の7の部分がちょっと変だなって気づいて。
It does. It doesn't even really look like a 7.
これはね、7じゃなくて2なんだよ。
2010.
横棒がかすれて消えちゃってるだけ。え、本当に？
Son of a bitch! I'm still scared of a pack of fucking soccer moms beating me up in the frozen foods aisle if I made that my notification sound and my phone went off while I was grocery shopping. Anyways. Suzuha stares at the inscription on the pin again.
小さすぎてよくわかんないけど
The soccer mom.
デジカメで撮った画像を拡大するとね気づくよ
This is a reference to a conversation that we had in the Valkyrie Discord. You can find links to her channel on, if you look back in my archives, I did a Phasmophobia collab with her, so her links are there. You have to do a little bit of link hopping to get there, but like, we're collabing on Friday, so just like, you can wait until then. Oh god, I opened the wrong tab. Okay. I was about to move the Dr. P out of my hands.
2010って西暦のこと？まさに今年のことじゃない。
だったら最初のアルファベットは何を意味するんだ？
OSHM ****A 7010. That's what's inscribed on the pin.
簡単だよ岡部椎名橋田牧瀬でもって天音
And that is the order in which they showed up at the lab. That's smart! Mayuri! You have more than a food brain! Congratulations! I'm so happy for you! And then the three that are blocked out are Moika, Luca, and Ferris. It was right in front of us all along. We just didn't know where to look.
これラボメンの頭文字じゃん。
2010年って言ったら何かなって考えたらねラボメンの年だって思って
Mayushi actually uses her brain! The year the lab mems.
未来ガジェット研究所ができたのは今年だもんそういうことかでねすずさんから聞いた未来の話にはオカリンとクリスちゃんの話は出てくるけどダルくんの話はちっとも出てこなかったでしょ
それを言うならマユシだって。
Who's gonna tell him? Daru's observation startles me. It's an obvious thing to wonder about, but it strikes a little too close to home.
マユシーはラボメンだけどタイムマシンは作れないし
Okay, thank God.
争い事も好きじゃないから
No, the reason there aren't any stories about Mayuri is because she dies in a few hours. Only Kurisu, Suzuha, and I know that, but we say nothing.
でもね
I love going from yay Mayuri to oh god.
オカリンとダルくんの2人で作ったんだから名前が出てこなくちゃおかしいと思うの
名前が出てこない。すなわち名前を偽っているっていうことね。
Yep, barrel tighter.
すずさんがいたレジスタンスを作った人の中にはオカリンとバレルタイターさんもいたんでしょ
It lines up. She connected the dots. Jesus, what is wrong with my voice today? Usually I'd blame this on forgetting my inhaler, but I didn't. And I haven't left my apartment in a week and a half.
タイムマシンを独自に研究できる人でオカリンのリーディングシュークリームを
Reading spaghetti is a far better name.
リーディングしたいな。
It's reading spaghetti now, bud.
それについて知ってる人ねダルくんならぴったりでしょ
確かに。
それにねすずさんがお父さんと会おうとしていた日のことオ 覚えてる？タイムマシンオフ会に行けばお父さんに会えると思ったんだよね。
And Daru was gonna be there if not for us. We know that because we tailed her.
ちなみにダル君もそのオフ会に行こうとしてたでしょ？
あれは日本 SF 史を語る上で重要なオフ会だったんだ、マジで。まあ天音氏の尾行ついでに潜り込めたからラッキーだったけど。
I don't remember that. It must have happened because of the D-mail that I sent. This is the curse of reading Steiner. Although I keep my memories of previous world lines, I don't acquire the memories of events on new world lines.
父さんからそのオフ会の話を聞いたことがあって、子供の頃のことだからうろ覚えだったけど、とにかく行けば会えるかなって思ったんだ。
じゃああの会場で僕に会ってたらそれで解決だったって話？
Well, no!
どうかな。その時点では橋田至を父さんだとは認識できなかったかも。
Yeah. Still, the evidence keeps piling up.
あとね、タイムマシンの名前 FG204 なんとかかんとかって言うんだけど、なんだっけ？ FG204 セカンドエディションバージョン 2.3。
That's a Daru name right there! That's a Daru name!
そのネーミングセンスは間違いなくダル。
それに FG はね、きっとフューチャーガジェットに来ると思うんだ。
Future Gadget 200 and what was it? 204! So Suzuha's time machine is Future Gadget number 204!
最後に名前
It's all coming together, baby!
ダルくんしか考えられないよ。
そういえば昨日の夜、まゆりからバレルの意味を教えてって聞かれたけど。
What is barrel in Japanese?
バレルはね、樽って意味なんだよね、クリスちゃん。
Kurisu nods!
タル？
I was right! I was right! How many did they make? I mean, 204, I guess. I wonder what the other, like, 190 were. Because I think right now they're up to, like, what is it, Future Gadget, like, 8 or 9?
ダジャレ？
It's a pun!
でねでね、すずさん、橋田至って10回言ってみて。なんで？言えばわかるよ。橋田至、橋田至、橋田至、橋田至、橋田至、橋田至、橋田至、橋田至、橋田至、橋田至。今、ダイターって聞こえなかった？
Oh my god. It's all puns! It's all puns!
橋田至、橋田至、橋田至、橋田至。
It's just corruptions of his name. It's just corruptions of his name. Mayuri, you're a genius. I never thought I'd say that, but you're a genius. With all this evidence laid out in front of me, I can't deny it either. Everyone's jaw drops again, only this time we're staring at Daru and Suzuha. It's all puns? Always has been.
プラシーボ効果かしらね。言われてみれば二人が似てるような気もしてきた。
Mostly in the hair. Like, they're the two light-haired characters in the only reason why I was so hung up on, like, Mr. Braun is because I'm like, well, he's already a father. Like, he's clearly got a wife or something. Like, of course he could have another kid in the future. And also just because it would be, like, more likely for us to think, like, oh, it's someone in, like, the main cast, not a supporting character. Honestly, though, that's really clever. A placebo is something that seems like medicine but has no medicinal effect. When taken by a patient who believes it to be medicine, it gives them psychological stability. Despite placebos having no medicinal effect, there are cases where a patient's condition improves. And actually, a fun fact, placebos can still work even if you know that they're a placebo. It's wild. It's quite literally like mind over matter. Love how Mayuri solved this puzzle.
名探偵椎名真由里だ。
名探偵そんなこと言われたの初めてだよ。
There is just so much evidence, but it's not the kind of stuff that you would, like, put together very easily. She's such a ditz most of the time, but maybe she's more perceptive than anyone knows.
ああ、娘天音氏が僕の
That thing about making out with her is pretty fucking awkward now, isn't it? Daru, wide-eyed, points at Suzuha while flapping his lips like a fish out of water.
父さん。
そういう時はパパと呼びなさい。
Aw.
こんな時ぐらい変態はやめろよ。
God, okay, I thought you were being sweet about it, but you were basically asking her to call you daddy, weren't you? You just learned that this is your daughter! Connor Page, your message showed up right as he doubled down!
父さん。
Suzuha tries to hold back her tears, but can't. They fall from her eyes and roll down her cheeks. Seeing this, daughter stops his joking and lets Suzuha speak.
私来たよ。父さんに会うために。父さんが作ったタイムマシンに乗って。
Damn.
父さんのやろうとしていたことを私が絶対やり遂げるから。だから見ててほしい。
見てるよ。絶対見てるよ。
Suzuha walks up to Daru and hugs him gently. Daru awkwardly but firmly hugs her back. Father and daughter, reunited across time. I'm truly glad we could bring them together.
ちなみに君の母さんは可愛かった？ロリ顔で背が小さくてだけど巨乳ってのを希望。
You can't stop yourself.
それは内緒にしとく。
Ah. Because if we knew, we might fuck up the future. When Suzuha finally steps away from Daru, she's smiling once again.
さてと、これでこの世界線への未練はきれいさっぱり断ち切れたから。
Yep, all the loose ends are tied up.
行くよ。
待て。もう行くのか。父親と積もる話があったりしないのか。
What am I doing? Suzuha's mind is set. I know that nothing I can say can convince her to stay. It's madness to even try. If she stays, Mayuri dies. I know that. So why am I trying to stop her?
私は大丈夫。きっと IBN5100 を手に入れてみせるから。
She looks at us with the face of a warrior.
未来を変えるのは君たちにかかってる。私は荷物をこの秋葉原に絶対持ってくるから。そして君たちに責任を持って託すから。お願い。未来を変えてほしい。
Nobody speaks. Nobody nods. We don't have the words. But she sees it in our faces. Resolve. Suzuha has entrusted us with her will and her mission. We meet her gaze, each of us, and silently swear to protect them to the end. The future Suzuha came from is not the future we desire. The music is nostalgic. Is it the same one they use in the anime? Like I said, I can't tell you. Life might be able to tell you. I think he's... Yeah, Life probably knows. Life, is this the same as they use in the anime, or did they use, like, a different version? I'm relying on you as the Steins Gate expert here. In Suzuha's time, Daughter and I fought to change it. This time, we'll make sure it never happens. Mayuri will live. Kurisu will be free. Suzuha will grow up knowing her father. We must change the future. That all these things may come to pass.
それじゃ35年後に会おうね。あ、君たちにとっては数時間後か。あ、そうそう。タイムマシンが時間跳躍するとき、紫外線光がすごいから直視しない方がいいよ。
With that final warning, Suzuha boards the time machine. She waves once, then the hatch closes behind her. Moments later, the machine comes to life. A shrill alarm starts ringing. There are no other sounds. It makes less noise than I'd expect. People on the street below start shouting and cheering at the satellite's sudden activity. They all look up and point. The phone vibrates. I quickly take it out and open it. The mail is from Suzuha. Aww. Goodbye. When I failed to stop her in a previous world line, she sent me the exact same message before leaving. But this time, the word holds a completely different meaning. I lift my eyes from the message to see the space around the time machine begin to warp. A cocoon of light appears and envelops the fuselage. I squint my eyes against the brilliance.
Suzuha.
We will never see her again. Not this Suzuha. Yes, we can seek her out in our time. I know that I will make the effort. The next time we meet, an immense gulf of time will have divided us. No matter how hard we wish it were different, she will not be the girl we knew. All of a sudden, Daughter takes a step into the light. No, wait, what are you doing?
Suzuha! きっとまた会おうな。
Aww.
僕その時まで頑張るから頑張るだなんてとっさにこんな言葉しか出なくて自分のボキャブラリーの貧弱さが嫌になるけどさとにかく僕は頑張るから鈴葉も頑張ってな
His words probably can't reach her anymore. As the light grows more intense, I raise my hand to shield my eyes. Bathed in radiant particles, the cocoon slowly unfurls. The next thing I know, Suzuha's time machine has vanished into thin air, leaving a hole the size of a dump truck in Radikon's wall. The air is thick with the smell of ozone and seems to pulse softly where the machine stood. I stand there for a while, staring silently at the empty spot, while the summer breeze gently blows past. As if the wind were fate itself. How are we getting out of here? Okay, we got out of there. Unfortunately, we don't have time to mourn her departure. In about an hour and a half, Moeka's group will attack the lab. Before that happens, we need to acquire the IBN 5100 that Suzuha went to 1975 to obtain. The time machine's sudden disappearance has thrown the area into chaos, which makes it easy for us to slip out unnoticed. I guess that's true. Like, if the time machine, or if the satellite suddenly disappears. Because I was thinking, like, oh man, they're gonna have, like, authorities, like, fucking swarming the place. Like, instantly to figure out what the hell is going on. But then, no, it's chaos. Like, it would... The crowd would make it difficult for the authorities to show up. See you in 35 years, Suzuha said. 54-year-old Suzuha should be here in Akiba. Before she left, we decided that the time machine's disappearance would be her cue to bring the IBN 5100 to the lab. When we return to the lab, there's no 54-year-old woman waiting for us. It seems Suzuha hasn't come yet. Kurisu grasps for breath while Mayuri calmly munches on a banana. As I check the lab for any sign of Suzuha, a line of red numbers catches my eye. The meter reads 0.337187. Fuck! I didn't write down the last divergence. I'm a dumb. Where are my sticky notes? What the fuck was that? All right. .33718 7. Oh, it's the same as before? Okay. Divergence hasn't changed. Okay. Reading Steiner didn't activate this time, so I suspected that might be the case. Let's think this through. I thought the divergence would change the instant Suzuha obtained an IBN 5100 in 1975. Maybe there's something else that needs to happen. Will it change the instant Suzuha hands me the IBN 5100? Or will it change when we use the IBN 5100 to delete my email from CERN's database? At any rate, all we can do now is wait for Suzuha to arrive.
今はさ、鈴葉は54歳になってるわけっしょ。
After catching his breath, Daru speaks.
自分の娘が30以上も年上になってるのって見たいような見たくないような変な気分だお。
それどころか結婚してもう孫がいてもおかしくないわね。54歳なら。
つまり僕はこの年にしてひ孫の姿を拝めるとどんな顔していいかわかんない。
Imagine being in college and having great grandkids. That'd be fucking weird.
ひいおじいちゃんらしくドーンって構えてればいいと思うよ。
Aw, that's sweet. And she's right. A knock! Yes! Wait, what if it's Moeka? It must be Suzuha. It's probably not Suzuha then. Everyone looks at me with a strange mixture of anticipation and anxiety. I slowly open the door. Oh, yeah, that's what well, I didn't call it, but I kind of called it. Okabe. Instead of an old woman, we get a wall of muscle. Our disappointment is palpable.
なんだあなたか。
なあ、うちのバイト来てないか。
Yeah, about that. We may have aged her up 35 years. Mr. Braun peeks into the lab.
すずさんならね。
No, don't fucking tell him that!
Shut up, Mayuri!
Kurisu covers Mayuri's mouth.
なんか知ってんのか。あいつどこ行ったんだよ。ここ数日ずっと休みっぱなしで次にいつバイト出るかわかんねえんだよな。携帯に電話しても繋がらねえし。
We don't have time for this, but I can't just order him to leave. Not unless I want another cracked skull.
彼女は実家に帰ると言っていました。もうここには来ないでしょう。
何？そうなのか。あのガキ、雇い主である俺には一言もなしか。
The future is changing. Isn't this proof? On my previous leaves, Mr. Braun never came by the lab. This must be related to Suzuha's trip to 1975. Surely it's a good sign. Now, as long as the attractor field doesn't amend history again. Mr. Braun sighs and turns to me with a serious expression.
まあいいわ。こうして訪ねてきたのは岡部。おめえに用があるからだ。
We get the pewter!
俺に
He hands me an envelope. Oh. It's addressed to Okabe Rintaro, but there's no stamp or postmark. The name Hashida Suzu is written on the back.
これは
前に俺が世話になった人からの手紙だ。今日
Suzuha owned the
頼
building?
まれてた。
What?
え誰だ。
おめえこそすずさんとはどういう関係なんだ。
Suzu-san? Suzu-san, of course. The name on the back reads Hashida Suzu. Hashida is Daru's surname.
この女性は今どこに。
いや、10年前に
Oh, that hurts.
亡くなった。
She's dead? A wave of dizziness nearly sweeps me off my feet.
いくつぐらいの人だった？
50は超えてなかったな。
Damn. The age fits.
渡してくれて感謝します、ミスター・ブラウン。
これもしかしてすずさん？
マジで？なんで店長が？
Mr. Braun clearly doesn't understand a reaction, and we're not about to explain. I thank him again. He grumbles a bit and leaves. As soon as he's gone, I break the seal and open the envelope. Inside is a handwritten letter. The characters are slightly messy, as if her hand was shaking as she wrote it. Our eyes, transfixed, begin to read.
岡部倫太郎様、お久しぶりです。天音鈴葉です。橋田タイターの娘です。あなたにとってはつい数時間前以来のことかもしれない。今は西暦2000年の6月13日です。
Damn.
これをあな
That's
た
3
が
days!
読んでいる。
Wait.
大体10年前ということになります。
I thought I knew a fictional character whose birthday was June 10th, and I was like, that's 3 days before, and then I realized, what fucking character am I talking about?
結論だけ書く。失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した。私は失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した失敗した私は失敗した失敗
Failed, I 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 failed.
今は西暦2000年の6月
That's my birthday! I would have been 2 years old.
これをあなたが読んでいる。だいたい9年前、10年前になります。失敗した。私が私だということを思い出したのはほんの1年前だった。
Oh.
恐怖の大王が落ちるとか言われてた日。バカだバカだ。何が恐怖の大王だ。どうせなら落ちてくれればよかった。私はこの24年間記憶を失っていた。覚えていたのは名前ぐらいだった。思い出したのはほんの1年前だった。恐怖の大王が落ちると言われて落ちなかった日。恐怖の大王なんてどこにもいないけど私は死にたい。修理が完全じゃなかった。タイムマシンは不具合があった。私は1975年に飛んだ時何も覚えていなかった。それを今になって思い出す私は真っ白でどうしたらいいか分からず施設に保護された。今は一人暮らしをしているけどそれは橋田鈴というまっさらな人間として普通に生活してきただけで天音鈴葉としての使命は完全に忘れていて去年思い出した。失敗した。
King of Terror, the Y2K mode. Yeah, that makes sense.
私は失敗。
And I mean, if she was like 16 to 18 whenever she went back to 1975, and then 25 years added on to that. Oof. That would be mid-40s. I think we're reading her suicide note.
ラベルはうまくいかなかった。父さんの修理が完全じゃなかったんだ。でも父さんは悪くない。私が悪いんだ。まっすぐ1975年へ飛んでいればよかった。2010年に寄り道するべきじゃなかった。わがままを言ってる場合じゃなかった。これじゃ未来は変わらない。IBN5100 は手には入れられなかった。ごめん。ごめんね。私は何のためにこの年まで生きてきたんだろう。使命を忘れてただのうのうと生きてきた。こんな人生何の意味もない。意味がない。意味がない。意味がない。思い出さなければよかった。思い出せてよかった。君に謝ることができてよかった。許して、許して、許して、許して、許して、許して。私の計画は狂ってしまった。その原因をこの1年考え続けていた。そして分かった。私が1975年へ飛ぶのを1日でもためらわなければこんなことにはならなかった。岡部倫太郎、君はあのタイムマシンオフ会の後、1975年へ飛ぼうとした私を引き止めた。
Oh, that's true. We stopped her.
それはとても嬉しかったけど、でもそこで引き止めたのは失敗だったんだ。
Yeah, because wasn't that on the 10th? She was gonna jump before the machine broke. And we stopped her. Because we didn't know any better.
私はあの日飛ばなければならなかったんだ。あの日を逃したらダメだったんだ。引き止められたから、その夜に雷雨があってタイムマシンが壊れてしまったんだ。もしも時間を戻せるなら、あの日の私を引き止めないようにしてほしい。そうすれば私は君たちに IBN5100 を届けられる。使命を果たせる。私は使命を果たしたい。父さんと
I noticed that there's a character that trails off at the very end. I don't like that.
父さんの意志だから。私の未来を変えたいから。
Yeah, that at the end.
ごめん。ごめん。ごめん。こんな人生は無意味だった。
My hands curl, crumpling the page. I realize that I'm crying. Suzuha failed. She lost her memory. Her life was meaningless. This can't be happening. Nobody says a word. Their faces like mine are frozen in disbelief. I turn to Daru. He's whiter than a sheet.
ダル、タイムマシンを直したんじゃなかったのか。
治ってたはずだよ。はずだけど、そもそもタイムマシンを直すのなんて初めてだったし、見落としがあったのかも。
見落としたと。そのせいでお前の娘は24年間も記憶を失ったのだぞ。
僕だって好きで見落としたわけじゃ。
そうよ。二人とも落ち着きなさい。橋田はできる限りのことを精一杯やった。
Very true.
彼を責めるのはお門違いよ。
Don't blame him for this. He did his fucking best. Like, dude could not have known that he was gonna make that happen. He literally had never seen this time machine before. It looked like the phone wave to a certain extent, which should have also been a good clue that Daru was Suzuha's dad, but I mean, fucking... Aside from those similarities, this thing was a complete mystery to him. Don't blame him for not getting it right on his first try. I know emotions are high. I know emotions are high. It's cause I'm an outsider looking in that I can say this shit.
こういう性格なの。悪かったな。とにかく落ち着け。
It's not Daru's fault. I know that. But it can't end like this. It can't. What was Suzuha feeling as she wrote this letter? Probably pure fucking despair. I look again at the words scrawled upon the page. Every character... Same page. We're on the same page. Every character resonant with despair. I wanted to welcome her back with a smile. Instead, this. Suzuha is dead. 10 years gone. Wait. How did she die? Don't tell me. Mr. Braun must know what happened. I run to the window and check the street. Mr. Braun is outside closing up shop.
Mr. Brown!
I run downstairs.
お岡部、例のラジカンの人工衛星消えたってよ。大騒ぎらしいぜ。
I guess it's already made the news.
そんなことより聞かせてください。
なんだ。
橋田鈴さんの亡くなった状況について。
知ってどうする？
He's being reluctant to tell us. He looks at me hard. I meet his stare unflinching.
俺は今まで彼女の死について何も知らなかった。彼女の最後を知っておかなければならない。そんな気がするんです。そうしなくちゃいけないんだ。それがどんな最後だったにしろ、この胸に刻みつけておかないと。
単なる好奇心ってわけじゃなさそうだな。で、もう一度聞くが、すずさんとはどういう関係だ？
古い知り合いです。
That's all I can say.
とても古い知り合いで、でも彼女と過ごしたわずかな時間は今もはっきり思い出すことができるんです。聞かせてください。
あまり言いたくはないんだがな。これから俺が言うことは心して聞けよ。いいか？
I slowly nod. And then I get my answer.
自殺だ。
Knew it. Being right sucks! Being right sucks! Being right sucks! Being right sucks! The word drops on my heart like an anvil. My knees give out. I collapse to the pavement. Suicide.
自宅で首をつってな。俺が第一発見者だ。
Oh, damn. My life was meaningless. I recall the last words she wrote in her letter. Words of unimaginable despair. Connor Page in the chat, just a second. Vesta decided that now is a good time to block my computer screen. I'm back. Alright. I hate this game. I must be suffer emotionally. Being on this channel is suffering. She didn't deserve so bleak an end.
そんなことになる1年ぐらい前から精神的に随分不安定になってな。それまでは明るくて優しい人だったんだが、俺はあの人の家に下宿させてもらってたんだ。スーズさんは天涯孤独だったし、葬式にはほとんど人は来なかった。寂しいもんだったぜ。
Oof. Oof.
さっきの手紙はすずさんが死ぬ1週間前に渡された。
Have to eat
2010
myself
年
to
の
class.
今日になったら
Hopefully y'all have a good
岡部
resolution
倫太郎という
resolution within the
青
stream
年
though.
に渡して
Thanks, Muffy.
ってな。
Good luck at class. I cried twice. I had fun. It was nice stumbling upon this stream in such a meme way. Yeah. Fate brought us together. If you want to be alerted the next time I go live with Steins Gate, you can subscribe, follow my Twitter, you know, do the usual fucking YouTube stuff. But if not, then it was good to have you. I cried twice during a single 100% run of a game, and this game is making me feel even sadder. Yep. Being in Steins Gate is suffering.
すずさんは予知能力でも持ってたのかと思ったぜ。おめえが上に越してきた時はな。
Yo, thank you! When I hit 100 subscribers, I am legally obligated to do karaoke. We already decided this. See ya! So sad, but it's so well written. It really is. Enough. I can't take it anymore. I try to stand, but my legs betray me. I stumble, but before I fall, a small body supports my shoulder.
おかり、大丈夫？
Welcome to insert fan name here. Yeah, I don't have a fan name yet. I was thinking pupils, but I don't know. That makes me sound like a teacher. I don't know. It's hard being a VTuber without a specific gimmick. Oh well, I'll figure it out. Until then, I'm fine just, like, calling you, hey guys. Maybe I can just call you the guys. I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure something out, eventually. I mean, I've already been streaming for almost a year. In February, it'll be a year. I don't count my first Stardew Valley stream because, that thing was a slideshow and I didn't actually start streaming until, February, when I got my PC. But, yeah. We'll figure out a funny little name someday. Mayuri, it's nothing you did, but just seeing your face made me sad. Please, there's too much happening. Yeah. Mayuri. Must be taking all of her strength to hold me up. Did Mayuri hear how Suzuha died? Her eyes are wet, her lips are trembling. Still, she's the one supporting me. Mayuri and I bow deeply to Mr. Braun and return to the lab. When we get back, Dauri was seated at his computer, head on the table. Kurisu was standing in front of the TV, watching an excited reporter talk about Radicon. The disappearance of the satellite is huge news, obviously. The lounge is silent, save for the TV. I look at the table. The divergence meter still reads 0.337187%. It hasn't changed since Suzuha left. What went wrong? I can't go back 10 years with the time leap machine. I can't do anything about Suzuha's death. What you can do is go back 2 days when Suzuha was still here, and then send a D-mail because the time leap machine won't have been upgraded yet. And then send a D-mail to the past telling Okabe to let Suzuha leave. I feel like that's the only way that we can fix this, because if she can time leap before any of this happens, we might be okay. But even that's kind of a stretch, isn't it? Should I have stopped her from leaving after all? Maybe then this tragedy wouldn't have happened. No, what choice did I have? I can't save Mayuri without the IBN 5100. Suzuha had to travel to 1975. I consider my options. What if I redo these 2 days again? Could Daru fix the time machine so that this doesn't happen? One of my friends just keeps opening and closing totally accurate Battleground Simulator. And it's very distracting. Nothing against them, but like, how do I put myself on Do Not Disturb, or the Steam equivalent of Do Not Disturb? I don't know shit about Steam. Fuck. Alright. Is fixing the time machine even possible? Daru's skills are second to none, and the time machine was built by his own hand, 26 years in the future. It seems logical that he would be able to fix it. But look at it another way. It took Daru 26 years to learn enough to build the time machine, and he had to reverse engineer CERNs to do it. Maybe it's unreasonable to expect our Daru to perform flawless repairs in only 2 days. In that case, can I have Daru use the time leap machine and repeat those 2 days until he repairs it? No, he'll have to start from scratch each time. 2 days just aren't enough. I collapse into the sofa and bury my face in my hands. Mayuri sits next to me and gently rubs my back. I'm grateful for her kindness. I recall what Suzuha wrote. If you can go back to that day, please, please let me leave. The D-mail I sent. Could that be the cause? On the original world line, Suzuha leapt to 1975 after failing to meet her father. Oh, right, do we have that? Don't listen to Chris. Pursue Suzuha. And that's the 9th. The rain happened on the 10th. In the original world line, Suzuha leapt to 1975 after failing to meet her father. Unsatisfied with that outcome, I sent a D-mail to convince myself to follow Suzuha and prevent her from leaving. As a result, she remained in 2010 for an additional 4 days. But that night, the time machine was damaged by a thunderstorm. If I hadn't followed Suzuha that day, if I hadn't sent that D-mail to myself, her time machine would not have malfunctioned. She would have arrived safely in 1975. The solution is obvious. I need to cancel that D-mail. Can I really do that? If I change the past that Suzuha leaves, won't that undo the 4 days we spent together? Our frantic search through the streets of Akiba. Her heartfelt confession on the roof of Radicon. Her tearful reunion with her father, Daru. All of it will be undone. What do I do? Can I call anyone? Can I do anything here? This seems like a prompt for me to do something, but it's like I don't... There's nothing I can really do here. This game sucks! An urgent bulletin. It's go time! I look up in surprise. Bomb threat suspends Yamanote, Sobu, and Keihin Tohoku lines. Damn, Moeka's men will be here any minute. There's no time to think, no time to hesitate. Send me back. I run downstairs and break into the Brontu workshop and turn on the 42-inch CRT. Then I return to the lab and activate the time leap machine.
Okabe, どうするつもり?
Kurisu demands answers. I can see the fear in her eyes.
なんとかしなければならない。このままでいいはずはないんだ。
岡り、無茶はダメだよ。
Love this game, therefore I care about the characters. Therefore I am sad, and therefore I hate this game. Yeah, that's it. Don't try to stop me, Mayuri. I can't let this stand. There are 2 options. I can cancel the D-mail that convinced me to pursue Suzuha. Sending a contradictory D-mail should do the trick. Or I can timely begin and prevent Suzuha from leaving. 2 options, but really, just one. Do not hesitate, Okabe Rintaro. Hesitation is unforgivable. You already know what you must do. Yes. Stop pursuit. Last mail. Is CERN trap. That should be enough to convince me to let Suzuha go.
クリス、お前は日付を正確に覚えている特技があったの？
ええ、まあ。
鈴葉の励まし会をやったのはいつだ
？4日前、8月9日。
おかり、Dメールを送るの。でもそうしたら全部消えちゃうんだよ。
It's gotta happen. We've gotta let her do this, otherwise everything is fucked. May not sound like much, but in that time we forged a definite bond with Suzuha. To send this email is to sever that bond. I know that. I know that. But this is the only choice I have. I set the phone wave to 97 hours ago. This email should arrive a few hours after the first. Now I just need to send it. Save Mayuri. That is my purpose. That is what drove me to leap through time. I'll do whatever it takes to save her. This is just one more sacrifice. Erase the time you spent with Suzuha. Destroy whatever bond you had. Send the email. Okay, okay. Okay, I'm doing it. I start up the microwave. I just realized that was hesitation. Okay, there we go. Discharge begins immediately. Place my thumb on the send button. Go! Mayuri's voice is choked with tears. Go, go, go! It's gotta happen! Everything is fucked if we don't do this! Memories flash through my head.
ほんのちょっとの間でも君たちと一緒にいられてよかった。父さんのやろうとしていたこと私が絶対やり遂げるから。それじゃあ35年後に会いましょう。君たちにとっては数時間後か。
And by doing this, you do save Suzuha's future too, and her life. Exactly.
お願い。未来を。
That was her last request of us. We have to do this. She sacrificed a fuck ton for us. We have to do this. Suzuha, I've made my choice. I won't ask for your forgiveness. Ultimately, I'm doing this to save Mayuri. But at the same time, the words you spoke on that rooftop are still strong in my heart. You entrusted me your hope for the future. If I am to honor that wish and fulfill mine, the time we spent together can never have happened. Whoa, we pushed back divergence! Chapter is over! What was that time? It was 0.40 something something something. The world contracts and shatters into geometric shapes that expand and contract like rubber toys. Light gathers between my eyes. Stars explode behind my eyelids. Gradually, color returns to the world. I wait for the vertigo to pass. Cold sweat oozes from my temples. Pressing my fists against them, I slowly force the air out of my lungs. Has the world line changed? I head to the lounge in order to check the divergence meter.
消えた。
It's gone. Now, 0.4. 9, 4, 3, 1. Okay, awesome. I checked the meter a few minutes ago, just before the world line changed. Now it's nowhere to be found. Yeah, because Suzuha gave that to us whenever we left her, whenever we, like, forced her to stay. I quickly realized what has happened. Suzuha gave me the meter after we stopped her from leaving. My D-mail undid those events. Of course the meter isn't here. A surge of regret seizes my heart. I clench my teeth and endure it as best I can. If nobody else remembers, then I alone will keep these memories of Suzuha alive. I look around the room. Mayuri and Kurisu are on the sofa, dozing on each other's shoulders. Daru, oblivious to the vulnerable high school girls behind him, is playing an eroge on his computer. I take a deep breath and turn on the TV. Same as ever. Flip to a news channel. The world line should have changed. I erased the time we spent with Suzuha. I should have allowed her to leap to 1975 without losing her memories. And the IBM 5100 should be in our hands now. We can use it to hack into CERN and erase the data they intercepted from us. Without that information, Moika's men won't attack the lab. Mayuri won't have to die. Okay, but the thing is that all of this got explained to the rest of the lab mems during the 2 days before the attack. This is why I was like, oh, we'll probably have to jump back first, right? That's how it should be. That's how it has to be. Otherwise, why did I sacrifice Suzuha's dream? The quickest way to confirm the change would be to check for any delays at Akihabara Station.
ダル、山手線は止まっているか。
は？いや、止まってないんじゃね？
Oh, we did it! Woo!
ネットで調べてくれ。
今いいところなのに。
No. Dude, your porn can wait.
頼む。
Daru sighs and calls up train information.
やっぱ止まってないみたいだお。
Fuck yes!
ありがとう。
The world line has changed, which means that our IBN 5100 should be in the development room. Head back there to search for it. Contrary to my expectations, I can't find it anywhere. We didn't fix everything because Suzuha said that we need a timeline divergence of 1. Like full integer 1. In order to fully stop the bad future from happening. I think we've bought ourselves extra time. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure this bad future is going to happen either way because... And it should mean that Suzuha is alive, right? I mean... There's no telling. What's going on? I look at my watch. It's 7:43 p.m. Moika's men attack at... What time again? My heart is pounding like a drum. That email was supposed to fix everything. The trains are moving as scheduled, which means that Moika's men aren't about to attack. So why does it feel like nothing's fixed at all? The IBN 5100's absence is extremely disturbing. I want to sit down and think about where it could have gone, but a voice in my head is screaming that there is no time. I need to calm down. It's hard to think straight after everything that's happened. Check my watch again. 7:46 p.m. Images from the assault flashed through my mind. Mayuri bleeding to death on the floor. The smell of gunpowder in the air. Frantically shake the visions out of my head. I look towards the lab entrance. The door has yet to be kicked in by a team of hitmen. I swallow hard, petrified with terror. Please don't let anything happen. It's past 9. Peek at the street through the window. Nobody's there.
オカリン、誰か待ってんの？さっきからやたら下を気にしてっけど。
We've still got this email from Moeka, though. And usually, if events have been reversed, those are gone. Daru's right. I probably looked out the window 20 times in the past hour. Not a suspicious figure in sight. Well, because men still haven't appeared. The raid was before 8, if I remember correctly. I think it's safe to say that my changes to the past have prevented it from occurring. Suzuha's sacrifice was not in vain. I let out a deep breath. I'm sweaty and disgusting. It's like my anxiety has pushed all the sweat out of my body.
マユリ、それにクリス。
Two girls woke up from their nap about half an hour ago. Now they're eating cup noodles.
今あんた、私の名前、普通に呼んだ？
Kurisu looks at me in astonishment, like she can't believe her ears.
二人とも食事が終わったら帰るんだ。もう遅いから送っていく。
そうする。
別に岡部なんかに送ってもらわなくても一人で帰れるんだけど。
いいから。誰も支度しておけ。
え？僕も？
The train lines running from Akihabara are operating normally. There's no bomb scare, no sign of Moeka and her men. Kurisu's taking the Sobu line to the next station. Ochanomizu. Ochanomizu? I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. Well, Daru's going the opposite way to Shinkoiwa. Mayuri and I are taking the Yamanote line to Ikebukuro, so we part at the station's ticket gate. Look, it's the same frog from our fucking phone screen in the background. There are surprisingly few passengers. Actually, I've never checked to see if we have any more wallpapers. No. Alright. There are surprisingly few passengers on the train. I guess most of the salarymen are off for the Obon holiday. I don't know anything about that. Mayuri's playing a handheld game, the Rainet Kakuru action RPG. On the screen, her character is battling a gigantic Upa. Ghetto Froggy! Yeah! As I stand beside her and gaze at her profile. Beside her and gaze at her profile, lost in thought. It's night of the 13th, and Mayuri is still alive. How many times have I watched her die? How many times have I tasted that despair? No matter what I did, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't save this ditzy childhood friend of mine from death. She died again and again right before my eyes. But now she's alive, standing beside me, playing a game. This is why I sacrificed our memories with Suzuha. It was the only way. I'm sorry, Suzuha. And thank you. Suzuha no longer exists in this time, but I hope my feelings will reach her all the same. Actually, come to think of it, why can't I tell her in person? Where in Akiba could the 54-year-old Suzuha be? I'll try asking Tenyoji tomorrow. Probably knows Suzuha in this world line too. I wonder if Suzuha remembers me. Mayuri suddenly lifts her head. She looks at me hesitantly. Her cheeks are slightly pink.
なんだじゃないよ。そんなにじーって見つめられたらね、気になって眉シはそわそわしちゃうのです。
I've never actually been in a subway before. I'm assuming that's what this is, a subway, right? I guess it could be a light rail. They have a couple of those in Canada, I think, but from what I hear, they don't work too well. I've never been on anything like that, though. At some point, maybe I'll take a trip to Ottawa just to just to go on the light rail, just to see what it's like. Although, if what I've heard on the news is true, I probably won't like it much. Just a train line, isn't it? Probably. Either way, I've been on a train like maybe once or twice in my life. And it was specifically for a fucking Thomas the Tank Engine thing when I was like 6. So I think it'd be cool to go on a subway though. I've never lived in a city big enough to have a subway line. I sound like such a country hick when I say stuff like that.
Game over.
Oof. Rip. I apologize, but keep looking at her. Instead of starting a new game, Mayuri looks at me with concern.
今日のオカリなんだかいつもと違うような気がするよ。
Yeah, it's the trauma.
そうか。
どうかしたの？
It's the trauma. I remind myself that Mayuri is more perceptive than she seems. She proved that when she figured out that Daru was Suzuha's father. I don't want to worry her too much. I want Mayuri to smile her usual ditzy smile without a care in the world. After all, it's over now. She's safe.
俺は何も変わってはいない。今もお前の顔を見ていた。いかに世界に混沌をもたらすかを考えていた。
The Chunie's back, baby!
本当に？無理
This
してない？
time it's with a side of trauma and depression.
この狂気のマッドサイエンティストに無理なことなど一つもない。常に IQ170 を誇る灰色の脳細胞が完璧な計算を叩き出しているのだからな。
He's back! And Punch a Chunie might have a use again!
そっか。でもね、たまにはボケーって休むことも必要なんだよ。そのことをね、忘れないでね、オカリ。
Trauma has stimulated the Chunie side. I mean, to be fair though, we have seen in like the flashback that we got a couple streams ago that the Chunie seems to be just like Okabe covering up stuff that he doesn't like, stuff that he feels ashamed about. So it makes sense that he's gone back to it in this scenario. Having said that, Mayuri returns to her game. Feels cold stares all around me, but I don't care at all. Mayuri is here with me, doing everyday Mayuri things. Ordinary things. Everything is going back to normal. Woo! We reached the 14th, baby! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Now we go back to normal! We go back to funny jokes and cooking and fried chicken Wednesday, baby! Fuck yeah! I remembered this time. I couldn't make a fried chicken Wednesday joke last week because Wednesday was the Phasmo stream and I was too caught up with the everything. Mayuri is alive for now. Yesterday was my first time home in a while, so I slept like a log in my comfortable bed. I feel that. Whenever I go to visit my parents, it's not the bed that I had when I was a kid. Or when I was a teenager anyways. I'm pretty sure that bed is long gone. I'm pretty sure that bed got given to my brother, and then my brother broke it. So, it's not the same bed, but it's just comfy as fuck. I always sleep for like 10 to 12 hours upon getting home, or getting back to my parents' house for like the first time. I need to stop calling my parents' house home just because it gets confusing. I call my apartment home, I call my parents' house home, I even call my grandma's house home sometimes. It's like, I can't have 3 of them! Home needs to mean one thing! It could be because of my mental exhaustion, but that was my best night's sleep in a while. Also, we did pull plenty of all-nighters before. I smell something. Just a second. I gotta go check on something. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. There we go. Everything's back on. Alright, I thought I smelled like something like food burning in my apartment, but I checked. There's nothing that could be causing that. So I think my neighbor across the hall just burned some dinner. It's all good. I wanted to make sure that like nothing in my apartment was on fire. Because like if the fire alarm goes off, I'd have to pretty much end the stream immediately. And we're on a roll here. I don't want to stop just now. Anyways, alright, here we go. Before heading up to the lab, I stop and stare at the Bronze Tube workshop. The familiar mountain bike is gone. Suzuha liked it so much she insisted on bringing it with her to 1975. The workshop door opens and out comes Mr. Braun, rubbing his eyes sleepily.
お岡部、おめえずいぶん暇そうだな。うちでバイトしねえか。今なら特別に 月給ブラウン管1台で雇ってやる。
1 CRT a month. So for 1 month's month's work. Jesus! My mouth is not working. So for 1 month's work, I get an old television? Hell no.
鈴葉はいつ頃辞めた？
鈴葉？誰だそいつは。
We really changed things. What? Was her existence erased completely? That's impossible.
たった10日ばかりで辞めてくようなゆとりバイトの名前なんざ。
Oh, okay,
とっくに
okay,
忘れ
okay.
ちまったぜ。
おのれ紛らわしい言い方を。
So Suzuha did work here. That fact, the evidence of Suzuha's sojourn in 2010, still remains on this world line.
せっかく俺が楽でいると思ったのによ。だから嫌なんだ。最近の若いのは根性なしもいいところだぜ。
No, she was extremely dedicated, sir.
どうせ面接の時に言ってたブラウン管が好きってのも嘘だったんだろうよ。まんまと騙されちまった。
Tenyoji shrugs his shoulders, annoyed. Naturally, he doesn't know about Suzuha's true identity.
橋田鈴という人を知っていますか？
At this, Tenyoji's eyes go wide.
懐かしい名前だな。おめえ知り合いだったのか？
Knew her.
その人は今は？
もうかれこれ10年になるか。
She still killed herself. 10 years. 10 years since what? No. I don't want to know the answer. Tenyoji has a faraway look in his eyes as if he's gazing into the past.
あの人には随分世話になった。
Why are you talking about her in past tense, sir?
天涯孤独だったらしくてな。せめて俺が見とってやりたかったんだが。
At the end, there's only one thing that can mean. Even though the world line changed, Suzuha didn't survive to the year 2010.
まあ、こう言っちゃなんだが、死に顔は穏やかだったよ。
穏やか？自殺じゃないのか？
自殺？お前それ誰から吹き込まれたんだよ。すずさんは病気で亡くなったんだ。根も葉もねえ話を信じてんじゃねえ。
Alright, so her death was another thing that was just inevitable. Well, it's not exactly like we can prevent that. I don't think there's anything that anyone could do to prevent that. She was sick. Sickness killed her. I shouldn't feel good about that. But I guess you could say that it's better than what happened before the world line changed. That's what I tell myself anyway.
で、おめえとすずさんはどういう知り合いだったんだ？
昔俺も世話になったんです。もう一度会いたいって思っていたのに。
Attraction fields, yeah.
あの人が住んでた家は今俺が使ってんだ。位牌もそこにある。なんなら手を合わせに来るか。
I nod without a moment's hesitation. Tenyoji closes up shop and we head towards his house. From Chuodori, we head towards the station. I scan the Akiba scenery as we walk. Moe stores are still nowhere to be found on this world line. After a little hesitation, I look up at Radicon. It's gone. The satellite has vanished. All that's left is the hole that it made when it arrived in this time.
例の人工衛星いつ消えたんでしたっけ？
ああ、5日前ぐらいじゃなかったか。世の中奇妙なことが起きるもんだな。
Which means Suzuha left before it rained. Like Tenyoji said, his house is closer than expected. We take the train to the next station, Okachimachi, and then walk for about 5 minutes to a quiet residential area. This old one-story house is where Suzuha once lived, and that's a bike right in front of it. I walk up to the front of the house, and there I see a familiar sight. Her mountain bike. Suzuha's bicycle. For a moment I can see her there, squatting beside the bicycle. But the mountain bike Suzuha rode to the Bronze Tube workshop was shiny and new. Now it's old and covered in rust.
その自転車は鈴さんがすっげえ大事にしてたんだよ。晩年は自分で乗ることはなかったけどな。それでも週に一度はフレームを磨いてた。処分することもできなくて、結局10年もそこに置いたままだ。俺もできるだけ整備はしてるんだが、さすがに錆が目立ってきてるな。
I guess it doesn't. Oh, is the game muted? Wait a minute. Have you guys been getting audio? It's not showing up for me on Streamlabs. Wait a minute. It's warm from sitting out in the sun. I'll wait for a character to speak, because there's no music, so maybe... I suppose that for the few days Suzuha was in Akiba. You can hear? Okay, perfect. Okay, I got really scared for a second there. After yesterday's audio fuck-up, I don't want to take any chances. I suppose for the few days that Suzuha was in Akiba, this bicycle existed in 2 places at the same time. The house isn't as messy inside as I expected, considering the state of the Bronze Tube workshop. I guess that chipmunk keeps the place clean. Oof. A wave of nausea hits me as I recall what Nai did at Ochanomizu Station. But I tell myself that was just an accident. Besides, that incident has already been undone. Tenyoji Nai has done nothing wrong. Next to the living room is a child's room. There's a child's study desk and a red backpack on the floor. Nai isn't here. Which reminds me, Tenyoji's daughter visits the workshop often. But not once have I seen his wife. Was Suzuha married to Mr. Braun? He couldn't have married Suzuha, could he? Same page. I mean, she should have been a lot older than him when they met. As they say, love knows no bounds. I wonder what really happened. I don't know how I'd feel if those two were married. That would make Daru Tenyoji's father-in-law. Actually, that would be kind of interesting. I turned to the Buddhist altar to pay my respects to Suzuha. There's no picture of her, so there's no way to know what Hashida Suzu looked like at the age of 44. I make an offering of incense to her, then look around the house again. This is the house Suzuha lived in after leaping to 1975.
俺と鈴さんは最初、いわゆるお隣さんだったんだよ。
For some reason, Tenyoji offers me a beer. When I decline, he shakes his head and starts drinking it himself.
俺はヨーロッパ生まれのヨーロッパ育ちでな。
Oh, really? I mean, it does kind of make sense, like...
は？それはギャグですか？
んだよってめえ。俺は英語もフランス語もペラペラだぞこら。
Suzuha should know her dad in 2036, right? I mean, she didn't know his name. And also, we erased her learning who her dad was. As far as she knows, she never met him. He really doesn't look like someone who lived abroad. See, he talks a little bit differently from the other characters I've noticed. I wasn't sure if that was like a regional accent, but it would make sense if he, like, lived in an English-speaking country for a while and then came back and, you know, had that accent. I guess you can't judge a book by its cover.
両親が死んで15年ぐらい前に日本に帰ってきたんだよ。でも俺にとっては生まれて初めての日本だった。
He died when she was young, if memory serves. Oh, that's true too.
この国について何にも知らねえ俺の面倒を見てくれたのが隣に一人で住んでた鈴さんだったってわけだな。
But that was in a worse future. Shouldn't the timeline change mean that she knows her father in the new future? I don't think so, because we erased the events that led to her knowing her dad, essentially. Her dad always used a code name and died when she was young. She doesn't know. She only knew whenever Mayuri confirmed it at the time machine. She never got to meet him. Or at least she didn't know that she met him. Alright, now's my chance. If I'm gonna ask, it's now or never.
結婚を
結婚
Not everything changes when the timeline changes. I guess, but at the same time, if those events got erased, because the only reason why she knew who her dad was is because she stayed the extra days, we searched for her dad. I'm not really understanding what you're asking then, if this is... If my train of thought is wrong, because if that event... She'd know after everything got fixed. I don't think he did. Unless I'm remembering wrong. Which I could be. My memory's kind of shit, but I mean... The way I understand it, like... If she wasn't here for those few days, it's not like we told her who her dad was. Like, it's not like we sent back an email saying, like, or a D-mail saying, like, oh yeah, this is who Suzuha's dad is. And she only figured out the identity of her father on the 13th. Which she wasn't present for in this timeline. We didn't search for Suzuha's dad in this timeline. Suzuha left on the 9th. So, that's why I'm wondering, like, what do you guys mean when you say that she would know who her dad is? Because, like, with all logic, that doesn't make any sense. Her stop himself. Yeah, she never learned who he was. Okay, so I was right. All right, fine. Okay, I probably just misunderstood something in chat. So in this timeline, Daru didn't go to the offline meet. Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure that we stopped him in the original timeline, and he only really went because we were chasing after Suzuha. So, yeah.
すずさんと
アホか
Phew. Even so, she said herself that she wouldn't have picked him out from a crowd if he did go. Exactly. Without Mayuri verbally confirming Suzuha that yet to be born. Suzuha might not even be born in this world line. Like, we don't know what events led to that happening. And especially if, as a kid, Daru specifically told her about this sci-fi conference, that might have been instrumental in Suzuha, like the Suzuha that we come to know, being alive. Like, there's no telling that she's even gonna be born in this world line, but that doesn't matter because she came from a different world line. That's my understanding of things anyways. Phew. I knew she'd never marry a guy like him.
あの人は随分ストイックに生きてたよ。人付き合いもあまりなかったみたいな。
Suzuha has to be born or this timeline would not happen. But she was talking about, like, different world lines crossing over. Like, the Suzuha that showed up in this timeline, like, Okabe straight up says, like, for a bit there were probably 2 of those same mountain bikes in Akiba, because when Suzuha leaps to a different world line, she brings her body with her, as opposed to the memory leaping. So the Suzuha that we're meeting is, even in the original timeline, is not from that world line. She's from a different world altogether. So it's like the yarn thing. It's like the yarn thing where it's like she jumped from one strand of red yarn to another strand of red yarn. That's how I'm interpreting it anyways. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about this, but from the way that the game has described it, I think that's what happens with Suzuha. Ah, whatever, yeah, let's keep moving.
けどな。俺にはよくしてくれた。ここに越してきて1年ぐらい経った時、俺の家が火事で全焼してな。俺のタバコの不始末が原因だから自業自得なんだが、その時に全財産なくした俺をこの家で下宿させてくれたんだ。
This game is fucking confusing. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna theorize anymore. We're gonna figure shit out eventually.
それだけじゃねえ。工房のあるあの大檜山ビルな。あれもともとすずさんの持ち物だったんだぞ。
え？
それを格安で譲ってもらったんだ。おかげで俺はブラウン管工房を構えることができたってわけだ。あの人は俺の恩人だよ。ある時、なんだって縁もゆかりもねえのにこんなによくしてくれるんですかって聞いたことがあんだが、そしたらあの人は笑ってこう答えたよ。巡り巡って人は誰かに親身にしてもらうことになってる。だから君もいずれ誰かに親身にしてあげなさいってな。
Aw,
なん
that's
だ
sweet.
か不思議な人だったぜ。預言者みたいにこれから起きる出来事をピタリピタリと言い当てたりしてな。
Suzuha. That was probably her way of prepaying Tenyoji for looking after her, even if it was just for 10 days. And so it came full circle.
しかし世間ってのは狭いな。あの人のことを知ってる人間がこんな近いところにいたとは。そうだ、ちょっと待ってろ。
Tenyoji goes into the child's room next door, then returns and places an object on the table. Is it an IBM 5100? Oh, it's the divergence meter. Suzuha's divergence meter. Before the world line changed, it was in the lab. But on this world line, Suzuha brought the meter with her to 1975. It's been in this house for 45 years. Tubes read 0.409431%. Divergence has changed, just like Suzuha said. This proves that my magic eye, reading Steiner, does indeed allow me to perceive changes to the world line. What does 0.40943131 mean? I recall what Suzuha said.
メーターの数値が 1% を超えたとき、君はベータ世界線にたどり着いたことになる。
Does that mean I'm still on the Alpha world line?
それ何の
You're in
数字を
danger.
表してるかわかるか？
We're almost halfway to the fixed timeline. I think that whenever we started the game, the timeline divergence meter was at 0.47 something. So we're climbing back up, essentially.
これにはさっぱりわからなくてな。この10年、その数字からピクリとも変わりゃしねえ。ただ、すずさんは病床からいつもこのメーターを眺めてた。上ごとのようにつぶやいてたよ。この数字は変わる前なのかな、変わった後なのかな、私は変えられたのかな。そんな風に一日に何回もな。見てて痛々しいほどだった。
I touched the device. Suzuha. In my heart, I reach out to the girl who died 10 years ago. To the girl who will be born 7 years from now. To the girl who crossed time to save the future. Suzuha. Thanks to you, my Yuri is safe. Divergence has changed. We haven't yet reached your ultimate goal. 1% divergence. Once that is achieved, the future you dreamed of will become a reality. I will carry on your fight, Suzuha. I promise. I realize that I'm crying. Tenyoji stares at me for a moment, then puts his giant hand on my shoulder. She is gonna be born. Okay.
おかり
It's nice to have such a human moment with Mr. Braun, too. Like, I really like that they, like, flesh out all of the characters, really. Mayuri comes out of the ticket gate and walks up to me with an unhurried stride.
トゥルートゥルー本当に駅まで迎えに来てくれる
It's been so long since we've heard her say that.
マユシーはびっくりなのです
人質に逃げられては困るからな。
困るよねそれでねマユシーはとっても嬉しいよ
I don't quite understand, but whatever. Mayuri flashes a carefree smile, then walks ahead of me. Almost skipping.
ねえその抱えてる荷物って何
ミスター・ブラウンから譲ってもらったんだ。世界線の数値を測ることのできる大パーツなんだ。
なんだかすごそうだねでも世界線の数値って
I smile wryly.
マユリは本当にバカだな。
Don't call her that. Don't call her that. After you've just got her back. What am I doing? After I left Tenyoji's house, I called Mayuri to ask when she would arrive in Akiba. Then I went to the station to pick her up. Anxiety still smolders in my heart. We managed to survive yesterday, but that doesn't guarantee our safety forever. It's entirely possible for Moeka to attack now, on the afternoon of the 14th. Maybe I'm being overprotective, but I still can't shake the image of Mayuri's death from my mind. I don't ever want to have to go through that again.
マユリ、例えばの話だ。コミマが終わるまで秋葉に来るのはやめた方がいいのではないか。
No response. I look to the side.
いない。
Panicked, I scan the area and catch sight of her wandering towards a newly opened shaped ice stand. Tits, can't she tell how worried I am?
岡部って尽くすタイプなのね。
Kurisu was glaring at me with an iced coffee in her hand. We're in the lab, which appears to have become her second home.
何がだ？
I'm sitting at the computer, searching for intel on the IBN 5100. I still don't know where it is. I went to Yanabayashi Shrine this morning, but alas, it wasn't there. Suzuha promised to get one to us tomorrow. Promised to get... Fucking... Ah! Restart the sentence! Restart the sentence! Suzuha promised to get one to us somehow. Her gift to us from 1975. Without it, we can't hack into CERN's database, meaning we can't achieve divergence over 1%.
あんたがマユリをお姫様扱いし始めた件について今日は駅までお迎えに上がってお昼ご飯は毒味までしてここまでは手をつないで歩いてきたとか
あのねマユシーはオカリンに愛されちゃってるね
That's adorable. Like, I know he's doing it because he's paranoid, but like, from an outsider's perspective, that's adorable. Did she have to tell Kurisu of all people? Mayuri looks so carefree as she stuffs her cheeks with takoyaki. I need to try takoyaki. It looks so tasty, but I don't know anywhere that sells it. Even the sushi places near me don't seem to sell it. It's unfortunate. I don't know where I'd get it. I'd probably have to travel to a big city for it. I'm sure there's a posh restaurant somewhere in Toronto that sells it. I'm pretty sure she's smiling, not because of my love, but because of the takoyaki's deliciousness. Typical Mayuri. God, I said that and now I'm craving fucking sushi. Ugh. Chat, do you guys have a favorite kind of sushi? I like crab maki rolls, and I also like butterfish. Butterfish is really good. I tend to prefer, like, sweeter meats. Sweet savory mix is, like, the ideal for me. Anyways. But seriously, did you have to tell Kurisu?
で実際のところどうなんだ
どうとは？
前から不思議だったのよねあんたたちって付き合ってるの
You haven't had enough. That's fair. Sushi can be pretty expensive. I used, especially during my apprenticeship, I used to sometimes go out and get sushi with my friends, and it was because that there was an all-you-can-eat sushi place that was like really good, not too far away from the foundation that, or at least the wing that I was at the time. So, what we would do, because of course, like we were basically college kids, since we were all broke, we would just like not eat for like the entire day, and then at like 3 o'clock just order as much sushi as we can. It was a good time. So I've kind of like gotten accustomed to sushi like through that. We didn't do it very often because it was still like 20 bucks a person, which is expensive. But like if that's like your one meal for the day, it's not too expensive. There are fast food meals that cost more than that with delivery. Of course, nowadays with the situation, can't exactly go to sushi, an all-you-can-eat sushi place. So now it's like, oh, you want to order this over skip the dishes? Be prepared to pay $40, fuckhead. It's like, please, I just want fish on rice. All right, it's only 40 bucks because I always, typically what I get with sushi, I get 6 pieces of crab sushi, and, yeah, you can order dinner and make it lunch the next day. Yeah, that's what I do. So usually what I order is I order 6 pieces of crab sushi, 6 pieces of butterfish, and then, the place that I go to has these, like, beef bowls that has, like, carrots and broccoli and onions, and I think there's some leek in there, too. And that bowl is, like, 15 bucks, and each piece of sushi is, like, $1 or $2. So, by the end of it, with the delivery fees and the driver tips and whatever, it comes up to $40. But it's like I eat the sushi as my dinner, and then the next day I just heat up the beef bowl, and I have that for lunch. So you technically are still getting like 2 meals for 20 bucks. $40 for food is a lot. Though that could just be me because I keep getting these coupons from Domino's that are like, hey, you want to order 3 medium pizzas for $20? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I do! Hell yeah! Free Pizza Wednesday, baby! Fuck yeah! Which reminds me, I gotta order the pizza tomorrow. I wanna eat the pizza before the drinking stream on Fridays. This way I have something in my belly. It starts. Drinking on an empty stomach is the fastest and easiest way to just get incredibly sick. And I've gotta last for 6 hours, so... Alright. Let's see what their reaction is. Do we look like a couple? Yeah, you kinda do.
それは
Just what sort of delusions does this girl have?
あのね、オカリンとマユシーは小さい頃からずっとお友達なんだよ。
Free pizza redemption from Domino's points! Fuck yeah! Free Pizza Wednesday, baby! Fuck yeah!
食べながら話すな、はしたない。
じゃあ付き合ってないんだ。まあ誰も岡部みたいな変人と付き合おうとは思わないし、当然よね。
Okay, Okabe is not being a jackass, but this is what Kurisu just did.
クリスティーナよ、お前には失望したぞ。
は？何よいきなり。
俺は気づいてしまったのだよ。お前の本質にな。
Same, Connor, same. If it's anything like the Kingdom Hearts 2 stream that we did last year, it's gonna be chaos. I am so excited. It's also got me wondering how I'm gonna celebrate my own anniversary. Cause like that's coming up quick and I don't have any plans. I do have one idea on the back burner. Actually, 2 of them. 2 very like jokey, mean kind of streams. But like, I don't know how those are gonna actually work. I need to figure out emulators for one, and the other one might be super boring if I don't bring in, like, co-hosts and it's just... We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
恋の話に途端に食いつき方が変わる。そんな思いはスイーツかっこ笑いに他ならない。恋の話を恋バナと読んでしまうお年頃だな。少子。そんなお花畑の持ち主。この法院京馬と我がラボは求めていないぞ。
It feels strange to be spewing this Chunibyo nonsense again. I love how he recognizes it as nonsense. I love that you've become self-aware. Steins game for the Chunibyo is self-aware. Is my innocence lost forever?
マッドサイエンティストかっこ自称の中二病患者が何言ってやがりますか。
I love Okabe, actually. Me too, honestly. Like, he can be a jackass sometimes, and I can get mad at him, but I genuinely enjoy him as a protagonist. It's kind of like Date. I've compared him to Date before, but it's like, I would get pissed at Date in some parts of, like, AI the Somnium Files. But, like, at his core, I really enjoyed Date as a character. I thought he was really interesting, and I think I'm growing on, or Okabe is growing on me too. Like, the more that we play and the more that we see, like, who he really is. Also, wait a minute, I just noticed, in the background, right beside the fridge, they have a back scratcher. My grandma has a back scratcher like that. I just noticed that. Anyways, that didn't mean anything. Let's move on. It's been a long time since I argued with Kurisu like this too. The thought brings a sudden pang of loneliness. After failing to save Mayuri, I sought help from this genius girl. Even though her words were at times harsh, she supported and encouraged me to the end. But now all of that has vanished along with the time we spent with Suzuha. Thank you for your help, Kurisu. I silently give her my sincere gratitude. That's a lot of typing. I finished typing on the X68000's keyboard in Psy, then turned to the divergence meter sitting on the shelf. Where did my sticky note go? Oh, it's in my hands. Yep, same as before. What does that mean?
世界の構造はより糸みたいなものなの。
Back scratcher,
い
Pog!
くつもの可能性世界線が
Those things are really
重ね合わせ
satisfying.
の状態になってて、常に無限個に枝分かれしてって
I remember there was a point in time where it's like any kind of like souvenir shop or like tourist shop around where we lived would just like sell those wooden back scratchers. You guys know the kind that I mean, right? The ones where it's like it's curved at the end and then it's like cut to look similar to a fork, but with a flat edge. I'm not explaining things well. I'm kind of tired, and the talk about sushi made me hungry, so we're probably gonna end soon. But you guys know what I'm talking about, though, right?
メーターの数値が 1% を超えた時、君はベータ世界線にたどり着いたことになる。アトラクタフィールドアルファの範囲外、ベータ世界線に到達すれば収束する結果も変わる。
Right.
そう、1% を突破さえできたら椎名真由里は助けられるっていうこと。
Yeah. Then does that mean that I haven't saved her? Divergence is still less than 1%. Is the world still converging on Mayuri's death? It can't be. It can't be. I mean, nothing happened yesterday. Mayuri's here, safe and sound. So nothing will happen to her. It won't. I want to believe that, but the doubt within my heart is growing, thick and black. I can hardly think about anything else now. No matter how hard I stare at it, the number on the meter doesn't change a digit. So far, reading Steiner has only activated after we sent past changing emails. D-mails. Fuck. What about when I time leap? The vertigo I feel when I time leap must be caused by reading Steiner. Maybe it's just a side effect of the memory transfer. It's impossible to know. In any case, I've prepared for the worst. I've already set the time leap machine's timer to send my memories 3 hours into the past. And with daughter's help, I found a remote for the 42-inch CRT downstairs. Our previous phone wave experiments made a hole in the floor. Instead of fixing the hole, I made it bigger. 42-inch CRT is right under the hole. So if I point the remote at the hole and press the power button, the TV turns on. Now, should things go wrong, I can leap back at a moment's notice. And I also have future gadget number 4, Moad Snake, on hand in case of an emergency.
岡部、
Kurisu enters the development room.
タイムリープマシーンの実験はしないんじゃなかったの？
もしもの時のためだ。
もしもって？
I don't want to answer that. I keep praying that my fears will not be realized. It's okay. Everything will be okay. They didn't attack yesterday, so they won't attack today. At the very least, we've changed Mayuri's fate. Still, I can't help but pray. Please let Mayuri be safe. Please don't let anything happen. Reflecting the thoughts of the chat right there. My prayers go unanswered. The door slams open. 5 men burst into the lab. I recognize them, the Rounders. They aim their guns at us. I freeze. Despair seizes my heart. My worst fears have come true. It's happening exactly the same as before. Except now Suzuha's not here to fucking give them time. Only this time Suzuha... Same page! Oh, fuck, my mic. Oh no, oh god, please, please, please don't break. You've broken enough already.
動くな。全員両手を上げろ。
Even the dark-skinned man's words are the same. Eventually, the unpleasant clack of heels echoes down the hallway. There's Moeka.
萌香さん、これって。
タイムマシンを回収させてもらう。
I suppress my terror and grab Mayuri's arm.
動くな。
The crew cut man says something he hasn't before.
マキサ・クリス、岡部倫太郎、橋田至3名については我々と一緒に来てもらう。
You're blocking the screen at a very inopportune moment. Vesta, please move. Hey, Vesta, please move. Vesta? Thank you. She listens, sometimes.
抵抗は許されない。とにかく来て。あなたたちに逃げ場はないわ。私たちの仲間はすでに秋葉原中に散らばっている。
What do I do? Should I use my concealed Moed snake right now? Use it and then time leap? Mayuri hasn't been killed yet. There's a chance she might not be killed on this world line. Can't we just stop Moeka from being born? Nah, they straight up said earlier that you can't do that. And even if that's the case, CERN has other agents. They could just send another agent outside of Moeka.
そこの貴様。
Crew cut man points his gun at me. My heartbeat jumps up. Cold sweat breaks out all over my body.
両手を上げろと言ったはずだ。
I only raise my left.
何を隠してる。
I have to use it. Swallow my fear and activate Moad Snake. White smoke instantly fills the room, rendering it impossible to see. Rounders won't be able to aim through this. I have to time leap while it lasts. Grab Mayuri's hand and fumble through the smoke towards the development room. Hear the sound of guns firing wildly behind me. Damn it! Suddenly, Mayuri's arm gets heavy. I trip forward and land on my face. Our hands were separated in the fall. I grope around and soon find her slender hand. Mayuri's feeble whisper reaches my ears. Was she hit? Grounder's blind shot hit Mayuri? Mayuri's voice quickly fades away. Strength drains from her fingers. But Mayuri doesn't answer. I'm sorry, Mayuri. Once again, I've failed to save you. Thought I'd succeeded, but I was wrong. I hear my teeth grinding in my head. Hear Kurisu and daughter screaming as the gunfire continues. Sharp pain flares at the top of my head. Press down with my hand, it comes away soaked with blood. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts! It feels like someone took a saw to my skull. My ears are ringing. I stumble. I can't stand up straight. I need to get to the time leap machine. I squeeze Mayuri's limp hand one last time, then crawl to the development room, fumble for the headgear and put it on. I point the remote at the hole, press the power button. TV turns on downstairs. I can hear people laughing on the screen. Shit! I clench my fists in frustration. The time leap machine is already activated. The discharge phenomenon is starting. The floor begins to shake. Once again, I leap to the past. Nothing's happening. Okay, there it is. There it is. Okay. I was about to say, like, oh, it's making the noises, but it's not happening. The world collapses, then reforms. Once again, I feel that odd numbness behind my eyes. I think this is where we're gonna leave off. Wait, we're gonna save again. Always save twice. And, let's go to the just chatting screen. Alright, well, so, we fixed the time machine. It didn't fix anything. That fucking sucks. Nice little cliffhanger. Listen, you're gonna get a resolution tomorrow. It's not as bad as the cliffhanger I left you guys off on, before Christmas, so count yourselves lucky for that. Alright, well, I will see you all again tomorrow. Gonna go through my usual spiel heel. Spiel heel? Fuck! No brain! No brain! Brain full of worms! My intelligence! Gone! My intelligence! Fucking disappeared into the aether. Great! Love that! Okay. Fuck. Time to go into my usual spiel. So, if you're new around here, like what you saw, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. When I hit 100 subs, I am legally required to sing karaoke. Also, follow me on Twitter for a whole bunch of shit. Anytime I do a collab, the stream links go there. Anytime that I'm going live, I post it there. Anytime I have to cancel, it's posted there. If I put up a poll, it's posted there. If I'm gonna shit post, it's posted there. So, yeah, we're only 20 away from 100. You could be the one person that leads to me doing karaoke. How's that feel? Every person gets you one step closer to hearing my beautiful, luscious singing voice. Can you call a voice luscious? Anyway, so, have a great night, everyone. I forget my usual outro. Ah! No brain! Brain dead! Brain dead! Too much happened! Alright. Have a great night, everyone. Sweet dreams, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!